In the angling corridors of power, there are rumours that our sport is on the up. In fact, rod licence sales have increased over the past 3 years, which is good news for everybody. The trouble is, though, it seems most of the young anglers coming into our sport want to go carp fishing. And if you're a fly angler, there are challenges. Our sport is dwindling. There are fewer people wanting to cast a fly line. So what can we do about it? How can we tap into these young people who want to come and experience angling for the first time? So that's why I've come here to Holme Grange in Berkshire to throw flies to try and catch carp. So the reason I've come here is because I've been invited by this man here who's been fishing at Holme Grange for a little while. How did you start off with the carp fishing here, David?
I sort of stumbled upon Holme Grange, gave them a ring, and they said, yeah, come down and have a go. And it's been great.
Of course, you brought your daughter into this environment to fly fish for carp. She's had some amazing success. How old is she now?
She's 9 now, but she was coming when she was 8.
The thing is, of course, you know, we've talked a little bit about the great concept that fishing is a little bit on the rise and some rod licence sale increases and stuff like that. But fly fishing traditionally, I have to say, is fished like by blokes like me, and I'm 58.
Yeah.
You know, and I turn up at some places, not today, because I know you're only a young un, but there are a lot of places I go fishing, whereas a 58-year-old, I'm one of the younger people on the, you know, it's crazy stuff.
The trout lakes, the rivers totally are just out of reach. They're beyond my financial reach. And it's selfish to go and, I think, selfish to go and spend that money on myself. Whereas what I really enjoy is catching a fish and the fighting of the fish. And I enjoy fly fishing more than I enjoy coarse fishing now. It's a long time since I've put a coarse rod together. This allows that. It's 15 quid for a day, a whole day.
One of the reasons we love fishing, generally as creatures, is because it takes you back to being a kid again.
Yeah, exactly.
Here are you and I standing next to each other.
Giggling.
Giggling like schoolboys, huge flipping great carp on the end, fly line streaming out the end of your rod. And of course you do get that joy when you carp fish, and coarse fish come to that. You know, you can catch fish like this coarse fishing, but there is something different about fly fishing. The kind of whole process is, I don't know, it's just different, isn't it?
Well, it's a take on the surface that you can see. We're targeting fish all of the time. We're not casting and waiting for one to come and grab hold of it. Obviously, that makes life easier if they do. But you're trying to put it in front of a fish that you can see is confidently taking, and you get so many more opportunities at the same fish.
One of the things I like about this is the accessibility of it. You know, we've already discussed the cost.
Yep.
One of the biggest costs, of course, in fly fishing is simply the ability to pay to go fishing. I mean, you can pay literally hundreds and hundreds of pounds for a day's fishing, which is a massive barrier.
Yeah, I mean, go and stand on a bridge in Stockbridge, it's beautiful.
Yep.
And I could spend a day stood there looking at fish. This is 17 minutes from home, so it's nice and local. I can have a quiet word with the wife. I'm going out for a couple of hours. I'm going fishing. I'll be back at dark o'clock, and I can, you know, I can come and do this. And you can fight big fish, watch fish taking and avoiding your fly, and it's just great. I love it.
Bazen's in again, I'm being shown up.
Let's be honest, what else is going to do that to an 8-weight?
Not much.
In the UK?
Not much. A mullet, maybe?
Yeah.
It's best not talk about those. There are so many fish. We can see, we've got a drone flying above us, we can see so many fish in the area. And they're obviously homing in on those dog biscuits. And the glory of fly fishing is that what they do as they come up is that they give you a target to cast at. So you know when you see all the rings appearing, the fish are feeding, and you can basically drop your fly on one of the rings and away you go. Another fish in the net. So I've just uncovered one of David Bazen's secrets.
Well, if you tell him, it won't be a secret anymore.
I know, but he's lending me flies, and the flies he's lending me sink. and his ones float. So every time I cast, this disappears under the surface, but he's tied one on now that he tells me actually does float. You promise this one floats?
Character building.
Some people. Anything to get an edge. Good look, look at this.
Yeah,
look at this.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my Lord. You missed it.
You missed it. A lot of people.
You missed.
A lot of the time, you think they're takes when they're out there. It looks like a take.
Actually missed. In terms of the amount you feed too, so you know it's possible, of course, to overfeed the fish. How do you read
I'm
that?
not so sure about that actually. Little and often is the thing, but I think more than people think.
Well, at last. I'll tell you what's helpful is having you over my shoulder, because there are some subtleties involved here that aren't immediately obvious. You
Yeah.
see all these fish, David, and you think, oh, this is going to be easy. And actually, it isn't. It isn't at all. There's a lot of skill involved here, and huge credit to you for, you know, for this kind of thing that you've developed that's become something you're really, really good at. You know, and it's been a privilege standing here with you and learning a few things.
Yeah,
I've really enjoyed it. There he is.
Fly hanging out of its mouth. One of the floating ones. There we go.
Yes. So there you go, Holme Grange carp. After a lot of trying, lots of mistakes, I think is the kindest way to put it from my behalf. Some great instruction from Mr. Bazen, and a lovely carp going back into this fantastic fishery. I'll tell you what, I'm completely taken with carp on the fly, and shall certainly be coming again. Just when we thought it was all over, I've had one last cast, as is traditional in these situations.
Well,
And
7 of them.
Well, yeah. And I've hooked one. How about that for an evening's work? Thank you very much, Mr. Bazen.
You're welcome.
Let's get this one back.